Check 1 2, check 1 2 3. Okay, what's up, everybody? It's Jacob coming to you from an undisclosed location near the Rocky Mountains in Denver, Colorado. Thanks for coming out tonight. Got quite a bit planned, some really cool stuff. Last week, I tried to do an AI agent, and unfortunately, I also tried to upgrade my live streaming rig, and it just didn't end up working out. So I finally worked out all the kinks, so I'm going to demonstrate a very basic no-code AI agent for you. And a couple interesting updates. Oh, hey, Rexus. Yeah, you're in Utah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so we're here in the studio. We're working on a couple of AI chatbots. I've been talking about integrating things like ChatGPT into the live stream, but that's not as interesting, I don't think. So I came up with a couple of games that I'm working on that work within the delay, because obviously you can't drive a car or dodge enemies or shoot, and coordinate players, with a 10-20 second delay. That doesn't work. So it's more like interacting with the chatbot through the chat and sending commands. And the first thing that I'm working on is actually an interface so that y'all ask a question and then it goes into a queue. And I'm programming this right now, and I'm using a lot of AI to do that, to do the coding, vibe coding, which will get me into something that Night Owl was asking me in the chat before the stream started. But anyway, just waiting for more folks to show up and give you an update. So the idea is that you ask questions, they go into like a bucket, and then I can push a button, it randomly selects the question, and the first version is going to just be like the 8-ball, because the 8-ball has like a 20-sided dice in it with all fixed answers. And so I'll have the like a graphic representation of the 8-ball and answer the questions. It's sort of like the first entry level layer to that. Then the next layer is I'll actually have a character, which I won't give it away yet, but it'll be entertaining. Actually, 3 characters that will respond back to you in their voice, all in the live stream. Still working on seeing if there's a way I can make their lips move in real time, but the delay is still pretty bad. But anyway, it's coming along really well. I'm really excited to introduce the 8-ball. Or I'm going to call him the Oracle, and we'll put him up there and get some fun feedback going. So kind of to give you an idea of like where the end game is, because the reason why I'm doing like the fixed 20 answer version first is because that's one way to layer the technology. Then the next layer is to actually have the things talk back. And then the next layer is to have them animate. And then the next layer is to have multiples of them interact with each other. And that's my end game, is to have, because that's why I was doing these chatbot debates early on, which by the way, I'm retiring, whoops, opposite world. I'm retiring that picture that you saw there, that's where they were sitting. And that arm is the web camera facing down and a microphone recording. And so yeah, those 2 phones would sit there and they would listen to each other and actually respond in real time. So now I'm working, the end game is to actually have that happen programmatically, where they will talk to each other through code, and then what they respond will then go out to the voice synthesizer and come back as an audio file of their voice, and then you'll hear the interchange orally inside the live stream. And then of course I'll have something a little more nicer than phones. They'll probably be like little avatars just sitting in the corners of the screen with me in the middle, looking confused. But that's my end game, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So starting next week, I think I'll have the 8-ball Oracle ready to roll. It's coming along really well, and I'm working. And I won't talk too much about the other games that I'm working on, but I think that the way things are going with AI and the way jobs are kind of getting absorbed by a lot of these these agents and CEOs are getting excited about replacing people with this technology, which is kind of a sad thing to say, but you know, I'm studying to become an architect of these things, and I interact with a lot of people at that level, and this is the way they think. And then they go on the news, like you've seen, like the Claude CEO warning everybody, your job's going to go away. And then the Fiverr CEO, the video I made, which one was that? Where, let's see, I think it was, yeah, this one, where I talk about built a career, AI will burn it down. So I talk about the Fiverr CEO and his internal email that he eventually released to the public, you know, as a favor to society. And you're going to see a lot more of that kind of talk happening, where you're going to see CEOs that are making these very things or planning to go AI first is a term you'll hear a lot, where the company were AI first, and that they did the same thing with cloud computing when back in the 2005 to 2010, and these companies had computers sitting in big, massive buildings with data centers, and they were spending all this money, and they realized, oh, there's AWS or Amazon has a version where I can just rent everything, and that ended up becoming the cloud. And so it was cloud first. All these companies just lift and shift all their crap, all their code, all their programs onto the cloud, and that actually ended up becoming a big, huge disaster. And same thing's going to happen with AI. A lot of companies are going to make mistakes, but they're still going to do it. Still, a lot of jobs are going to suffer for it. But anyway, I'm here to, you know, show you how to have fun with this stuff and maybe pick up a few skills along the way. So let's look in the chat here to see who came out tonight. We got Batty Commander, who planted his flag right away. I love it. First on site. Thanks for coming out, Batty. I always appreciate you coming out and interacting in the chat, asking great questions, and maybe throwing some philosophical wit alongside it, along with some pop culture. I always love that. And then we got Night Owl, our inaugural channel member, who came out tonight. And also, thank you so much for doing a super chat tonight, because I did set a goal. I'm going to do an AI game. I've done an AI game in a long time, where I upload images to the AI and I give it a prompt to act like a certain individual, and then, you know, comment on what it sees. And so tonight I'm going to do some dating profiles. So I found some women and men's dating profiles from apps, and we're going to ask the AI to find the red flags or critique the profiles. But if we reach our goal tonight of 5 super chats, I'll do another game where I'll have the AI give advice to people, relationship advice to people that are posting on Reddit. Although I haven't set it up to post to Reddit, but you know, maybe if I'm bold enough, I'll just put it on there and said, this was written by AI. I don't know if I want to go that far yet. But anyway, so yeah, I haven't done some AI games in a while, and I thought maybe we could do some of that. And also go through the agent that I tried to do last week, and I'll explain in detail some of the basic core things that you need. So if you want to go out and start building your own, it's pretty easy to do. Which brings me to Night Owl came in hot and fast with a question before we started the live stream, which is awesome, because it kind of helps me thread together what we're going to do next. So he asks, hello, Jacob. Oh, wow, my this thing that popped up, the 50 prompts, that's actually something else I'm working on that I'll mention. not the book, but actually I have another AI that's actually jumping into the stream and superimposing things. So you might see some random stuff pop up here and there, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so let's see. It says, hello, Jacob. Should I be cautious using DeepSeek? I told it I wanted to create a YouTube channel called What Happened Last Week in Astrophysics, and I asked it to diagram it for me in N8N. So 2 things here. DeepSeek is another chatbot or LLM. or GPT, which, by the way, GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. I'll get into what all that means later on if you want to know, but I won't bore you with that. But DeepSeek is just another version of ChatGPT. In fact, I think it was 2 months ago, it's a Chinese chatbot, and caused quite a fervor because they were able to supposedly do all the same things that ChatGPT could do for, I think it was a tenth of the cost, and much smaller hardware because, as you know or may not know, there are what's the word? Embargoes on chips to China. So part of that is to prevent them from doing too much, beating us in AI, which I think eventually, honestly, they're going to beat us. But I won't get into that now. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so DeepSeek and N8N is the agent that you can use. It's called a no-code agent where you draw boxes, which I will actually I have right here. I'll demonstrate. This is an agent that I tried last week, and because I couldn't get my machine working, wasn't able to finish this one, but I'll demonstrate this one. It's a cute little demonstration that shows all the important pieces that you'll typically need when you build one. But the question doesn't end there. It did it and gave me a diagram. Also, I found out from Google, because as you'll see here, you know, it's a diagram, right? N8N. Also, I found out from Google AI that black holes can move. That's great, lol. Yeah, I learned that from Interstellar. So, getting my education from movies, that's always a good idea. Let's see here. I was using DeepSeek on, and I asked him, and this is where it's going to lead me. And I asked him, you know, are you using it on the web or are you actually running it on your computer? Because that's something that you can do. There's a program called LM Studio. Actually, let me get that ready really quick here. I got to figure out something with my damn keyboard. Oh, I'm glad I didn't type that in. That was a naughty site. Don't Google LM Studio, kids, without your parents. Okay, so I just want to kind of, and this is a little nerdy, but I think you guys are ready for it. Okay, so the reason why I asked if he was running it locally, because you can do that, and I'll talk a little bit about how you can, especially for Unidel, because this is what I would suggest for DeepSeek, because DeepSeek is, again, a Chinese-owned company, and you don't know what they're doing with your data. I mean, you could say that about any company, but especially a Chinese-owned company, because they don't have the same laws, regulations, and scruples even that American companies or Western companies typically would have, because they're desperate for data and they want to train their AIs as much as possible. So that's one way to get it. Plus, if you put in something like a business idea or a trade secret, that stuff's going to live on computers somewhere in China, and you don't know, who has access to that, what they're doing with that. But again, same risk with ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, but there's regulations and laws and apparently around all of that. But China, no way. And the reason why I'm not as trustful of Chinese companies is that I have a family history with the CCP. Not as a member, but my family was involved with an engineer who came up with a technology, a green technology, ended up being a bust. But basically, it was a way to use the sun to heat a block, which was that would turn an engine, and then that engine would generate enough electricity for like a dozen houses. And it was called an external combustion engine. So all the combustion was happening outside the mechanical part of the engine, as opposed to it being inside, where you shoot gas inside the piston and as if my hands are explaining it well. But that's just the major difference. But what happened is the gas always leaked out. And I think we were using, I think it was helium at the time. which is safe. So a couple of them did explode. I will say that. But anyway, CCP shows up one day, finds out we're all in business there, and they literally just show up and say, yeah, we are now in charge of your company. We have an 80% stake, and we have two people that are going to be on your board, and they're going to tell you how it's done. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And basically it made it so that there was no money to be had, so everybody just bailed and left it. And this, you know, that's one way they steal IP. Another way is they just hack and get it. Leading me back to you using DeepSeek on the web on their servers versus you running it on your own computer using software, which I will show you real quick. All right, I'll just nerd just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Wrong window here. So yeah, it's called LM Studio. It's basically a program that you run, and you load models. So you can load a DeepSeek model. You can load, I think it's called, there's a miniature version of Gemini. What is it called? It's like, yeah, Gemma. So it's like a miniaturized version. And the big thing about these is they use a technique called quantization that shrinks them down. I won't get into the math. I won't get into the science because it's boring, quite frankly. But it's a way for you to run very powerful AIs on your local machine. And if you eventually, if you don't have a GPU, by the way, it's going to grind. But you can get like a very, very, very tiny version just to get off the ground until you get a bigger computer. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I would rather that you, if you're going to do DeepSeek, run it local. That's all I'm saying. All right. So let's see. What do we have? One more in here. Oh, yes. And you ended it all with AI is the Wild West right now. Yeah, no joke. It really is. I remember the early days of the web before e-commerce took off. It was still more of like, oh, look at this weird website that does all kinds of freaky stuff. And, you know, you go on there and you'd see like, you think alt-right, you know, some of the people that complain about alt-right now, whoo-wee, it was bad on the internet back then. And then corn, oh man, there was some nasty stuff. I can't even describe it. It's horrifying. I remember seeing snuff, you know, really extreme crap on there. And all I did was, you know, just type in, you know, something innocuous like, you know, woodworking or whatever. You know, it's like load, you know, I go to do a Google search and it would just like list. Because I think I remember if you search the White House, there was a website that would get you in trouble. But anyway, very different time, much more like the Wild West. All right, so I'm assuming by your answer that was helpful, but you know, feel free to, you know, get in touch with me. You got my email. You can always email me or just yell at me on the community. And I still owe you a bunch of responses, by the way, because I know you mentioned me on another community, and unless I open my, because I do everything on the mobile, unless I open the desktop version of Studio, I just never see them. So I apologize. I will get to those. We got Rusty Rivers in the house tonight, everybody. He's wrenched up. He's the channel mod, and he's exploding right now. He got a lot of people coming to his channel. Had a lot of subscribers. So go put your here. I'll put a link to it. Go check out Rusty's channel. And I know Batty Commander, he's doing more stuff with video and green screens. And I saw you were playing around with OBS a couple days ago. You know, if you have any questions about that, hit me up, brother, because I can help you there, because that's what I'm using. And let's see, let's get Batty Commander's channel in there too. There we go. Check them out. Give them a sub if you don't know them already. Of course, most of you here probably already do, but that's cool. It's for posterity, because my last live that I did last week broke a massive record. Not during the broadcast, but afterwards. Usually, I'll get 3 times the viewership live. Within 4 or 5 days. This last one went like all week, and I cracked, I think, almost 100 views. So pretty awesome. So everybody be on your best behavior. All right. So let me do a little cleanup here. And we'll get to playing around with the agent a little bit. Nothing too complicated, just a little fun here. I thought I would do something fun. So the idea is I take a file, just a basic text file that has any text in it, really, doesn't matter. And I put that on a folder in Google Drive. And it watches, as you can see in the node here, it watches for a new file to appear in a very specific location. Usually we call that like a black hole or a drop folder. It's kind of a hacker torrent piracy term, but shh, you didn't hear that from me. Then this next node downloads the file into N8N, which is what we're using. And again, this is a no code agent, right? So, you're just dropping blocks and drawing arrows. Pretty easy. That file has to be converted to text because of the way Google has to do everything nerdy and make it binary. And then I thought it would be funny to take the text, and then I wrote a prompt for ChatGPT. So I send the text to ChatGPT and I told it, summarize the following text in the voice of Yoda. Use no more than 300 words, right? Really basic prompt. Gave it a role, gave it a task. Really simple. And then email the result to my inbox. So I dropped the transcript for, let's see, which one was it? With my big gaping mouth open. Let's see, this one. I think it was the 3 AI paradoxes that change everything, which hope you all enjoyed that. I'm trying to take a little more philosophical direction for the meanwhile. But anyway, so I took that transcript and I uploaded it, and it translated it into Yoda. And this is what it said. Cheaper, faster, more efficient AI is. Disrupting jobs, income fades, consumption paradox arises. Jobless society we may become. Collapsing systems, progress lopsided. I love the pauses. That's awesome. And I'm not doing the voice. I'm not doing the voice. You gotta have to pay for that. All right, where was I? Let's see. Existential questions raised, dignity, identity, purpose at stake, solutions proposed. But anyway, you get the idea. So, pretty fun, but the basic idea, the reason why this agent is a really cool example is it demonstrates some basic building blocks that every agent has. Oh, sorry, Batty, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I don't get paid enough on this job to do that. But I could probably find I'm sure somebody online has cloned the voice, which brings me to something that I would probably do. All right, now you're just grinding me. All right, but getting back to the agents. Oh, okay, here we go. Whoops, I got to work out something with this damn keyboard. I'm sorry, because I got my little drawing thing, which some of you probably haven't seen yet. Just bear with me here. I'm going to cue that question, Rexus. I'll get back to it here in a bit. So you're going to have a trigger, right? So something that triggers the entire chain. That's one element. Next element is you have input. So that's all these three right here. So you get a file, suck it in, manipulate it, and then you transform, right? Transform. So however you transform it, could be ChatGPT with the prompts, making it sound like Yoda. Maybe I could have it generate the Yoda voice, or I could transform it into a prompt that generates an image, all kinds of things. So that's the other key factor is transformation, and then your output. Where do you want to output it? Where do you send it? Where do you save it? So those are going to be your four basic stages. But then there's also another piece to this, which I'll just show you momentarily here. You need credentials to access these things. Like I can't just have it send an email as me to myself. I got to give it permission to talk to my Gmail account. I have to give it permissions to talk to Google Drive so it can watch the folder for the file to come in. And I have to give it permission to talk to my OpenAI account. And this is a whole different set of problems and can of worms, which I won't worry about tonight. But I just wanted to let you know that if you need help with this, they actually have in the interface here, when you start building, I believe it's when you're in here, there isn't, this little guy, oh, you can't see it underneath my big head. Let me try a different, there we go. This guy here, you open that up, there's an assistant, and you just say, hey, can you tell me how to connect, this node here to talk to my Google Drive? I'm an idiot. How do I do that? And I actually, I struggled with Google. Google's a pain in the ass. I ain't gonna lie. Google just makes everything way too complicated. Their interface sucks. And that's why I'm an Amazon guy. But anyway, I'm gonna retract that statement, reverse the nerd, and let's see here. Let's check the chat, see if anybody has any questions. And this is about as nerdy as we're gonna get tonight, because I'm gonna have some more fun here. Let's see what we got here. And I still have your question, Rexus. Haven't forgotten. Just queuing up some stuff here. Okay. Let's see here. First question. Get back to the potato head. How would I interpret religious themes, and how would it interpret themes from Abrahamic and or other faiths? So I'm guessing you want to ask ChatGPT or some LLM how to give it a theme, or pick a religious theme. That's actually pretty straightforward. Let me give you an example from Christianity really quick. So, because I don't know like what your knowledge is of the different religions, their texts or whatever, but this might help you really quick. So we'll just do this. Let's see. Can you see yes, you can. So, as I talk about when you chat with the GPT, you want to give it a role. So that way it makes fewer errors. So you can say, number one, you are a, this is probably wrong, religious scholar. Maybe, I don't want to say theologian. That might be too specific. We might have to work on that terminology, but AI kind of knows what I'm getting at. And I misspell religious, but like I said, AI is trained by idiots too. So I'm just going to leave it. You're a religious scholar. And let's see, I want you to, because the first 4 to 6 books in the Bible are like shared across all the Abrahamic religions, right? Christianity, Judaism, Islam, right? So you can say, I want you to compare and I'm just being generic, but just to give you an idea, and I'll just make it totally random. The three biggest themes in the book of Genesis between all three right? Just as an example, just to kind of get you started, see what it does. I mean, if you have a specific theme or specific text, then you can say, hey, there's this line in this one religious text. How does it correlate? You just straight up ask it, how does it correlate with another one in this other religious text or other religious belief? And it may even be trained on ancient paganism and some of the Nordic themes, of course, that I know that you talk about. But that's just to give you an idea. And see, it even responds, certainly as a religious scholar, here's a comparative analysis of three major themes in the book of Genesis as understood in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. See, because I just said the three Abrahamic faiths. It just knows, right? And so there you go. So hopefully that can give you some direction. I won't read all this, but that's a lot of stuff to work with, right? And you just go back and forth with it. Let me know if that was what you were looking for, Rexus, or if that's helps you. What's the word? I misunderstood your question. Okay, so let's go. What's the next question here or comment? From Rusty Rivers. Jacob, maybe you can create a specific AI for a specific debate topic. Have your subscribers call in to try their luck debating it. Yeah. That would actually be really fun. But I'd have to I guess I could set up like a number, a 1-800 number, and then, and I'm just spitballing here, but I could have, hello, there we go. Use NAN, this technology here, and it comes with all kinds of different nodes. Each one of these is called a node, and I know there's a node that talks to a voicemail box. So I don't know about real time, but I've heard of people that have made these where they answer the phone and they take appointments. So I don't know what service that is, but I'm sure it's some other external service, and it's listening and translating the speech to text. And then once I can get it in, I can, call 1-800, debate bot or something. That'd be a lot of fun. That's a great idea, Rusty. I love that. I'm going to put that on the list of things to do. Kind of like a party line thing. That sounds like that would be absolutely hilarious. I love that idea. Okay. Let's check the chat here. Looks like we're good. Let me just check my browser here, make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, we are good to roll. So, what I thought I'd do tonight is have the AI review dating profiles. I've done this in the past before, and I have the old prompt here. Just give me 1 second. I think I could just recreate it from scratch. Well, in lieu of having, instead of just providing you with dead air, I'll just recreate another prompt. We'll just do something entirely new. Okay. So what I do is I go out on Reddit and I scrub for dating profiles. And there's kind of this interesting phenomenon that I've noticed with men's dating profiles. They always tend to go, somebody please review my profile. I'm not getting any results. What is wrong? Help me out. Right? And then usually with the women's prompts, or I'm sorry, dating profiles, it's always like, oh, look at this crazy one. So, it's always like, look at this crazy crap they're asking for. So I thought maybe we could, in fairness, do both kinds, but write the prompt in a way so that it will do the review for men's, and then it'll try to find the red flags for the women's profiles. But also, since I pulled these off Reddit, people comment, so I'm going to have the AI pull in the comments and answer the comments. Not in Reddit, but just like, answer them inside ChatGPT. So let's take a look here. This gentleman, let me look at my notes. And he is 21 years old. And I took some measures to, hide the identity a little bit. Even though they posted it on Reddit, I didn't want to, poke the bear, so to speak, or cause any more fervor than necessary. But yeah, he basically is saying that, I do okay. I don't really get a lot of play on the dating app. So, hey, can you review this? So this is one picture in his profile. He's got this other one here, caught in the act. Let's see here. We've got biggest risk I've ever taken. And yeah, brother stacking his proteins. Can't get mad at that. Me and my best friend. Wonder if that's in the Northwest somewhere. And then we got him driving. Oh, he's got the Hyundai. Ladies aren't going to like that. Not rich enough. Let's see. And then we got some of parts of his profile here that I'll feed in. It says he's a business owner and Airbnb host. And he's looking for a long-term relationship, open to short. And of course, his location and education have been grayed out. He's 21, male, straight, 5'9". So he's right on the line of the short king bear section there. It says, dating me is like taking an everything shower. That kind of makes my skin crawl. I'm going to be honest. Okay, on to the next. I don't know what that's all about. All right. My simple pleasures, charcuterie, occasional adventures, and Airbnb reviews. All right. So he likes his meats and cheeses and probably hookups and Airbnb. I'm getting a vibe here. I don't know. Well, I'll be quiet. All right. Typical Sunday. We're shopping at Sephora, but I'm outside waiting for you. All right. So let's work on a prompt here. So again, got to give the AI a role, right? So I'm going to say, you are I'm just going to say red pill. That's generic enough. And let's make it controversial in the vein of, whoops, sorry, my keyboard got all glitchy. Andrew Tate, right? Controversial. So we know we're going to get some good cut downs, some snarky. And of course, I forgot the most dangerous phrase that mankind could ever put into a chatbot, and that is, let's play a game. And I'm going to briefly describe the game. So the idea is that I'm going to upload one dating profile at a time. I.e., all the pictures attached at each turn of the game. Right? So that way I'm telling it, I'm going to just upload all the pictures, and AI is smart enough to just read them all in. It can see the text. It can see, you know, the dude in there and what he's doing and what's happening and surmise what's going on. Right? So that's enough there. And then I'm going to say, you are a dating coach in the vein of Andrew Tate. If the profile is a man's dating profile, I know it's a little repetitive, I want you to review it for getting more matches. And let's just be clean. Here are the rules. This is, you know, this is prompt engineering on the fly. I'm making this up. Right? And, you know, I'll jump all over the place. This is how it goes. 1, 2, if the profile is a woman's, I don't have to repeat the exact same phrase because this is natural language, right? That's LLMs, large language models, that are the brains that sit on these GPTs. You don't have to be like, you know, say the exact same phrase every time. It'll kind of, it'll understand what I said here and extend meaning here. Context. So if the profile is a woman's, I want you to find the red flags or and the positives, just to be fair. Then let's see, we'll expand the rules, put bullets under each rules. Give a score of 1 to 10 for match, I don't know, success. Your review must be short and to the point. Give a score of 1 to 10 for stranger danger. Or actually, no. What's the like stalker stalker level? Let's see. And instead of repeating in both spots, we can go for both scenarios. Your response must be short and to the point. Because what I want to do is I want it to describe the issue. Oh, there's my automated things kicking in. That's an AI doing that, by the way, that little subscribe banner thing. I have another bot running and talking to my OBS rig, so it's working. All right. Let's see. For both scenarios, your response must be short and to the point. And break it down in the following manner. Two to three sentences of your determination. A short bullet point list of fixes or red flags depending on the scenario. And a short two sentence I don't want to say closing statement, but I'm trying to that sums up sums it up. Because if it'll be, that's the pithy part. Okay. I've attached the first profile. Let the game begin. All right, let's see what happens. So I didn't tell it, what the gender is. So I put rules in here. If it's a man, do this. If it's a woman, I'll do that. And I did a whole live stream where I actually uploaded, chads, incels, trans, and the AI nailed it 99.9% of the time. So it wasn't going to get tricked. So it's good at that. All right. So let's roll with this. I'll check the chat, see if maybe y'all have an idea maybe I didn't think of. Oh. I can't read half of that, so I'm just going to move on. All right, here we go. Survey says might take a little longer because I slammed it with 10 images. Here we go. Profile review, male. This guy is clearly trying to flex lifestyle, steaks, muscle, travel, Airbnb hustle, but it's not cohesive. There's no real storytelling or mystery here, and the photo captions feel like they're trying too hard to be clever without adding real value. He's showcasing effort, but lacks polish and brand and emotional intrigue. Fixes? Lose the Sephora meme. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Let's see. Add one photo that shows leadership or status. Combine business owner with a value-driven statement to make it punchier. Use sharper captions. Make them about the girl's experience of dating him, not just him. Final verdict, strong effort, above average aesthetics, but needs a tighter masculine frame and more intrigue to stand out. Score 6.5 out of 10 for match success. Okay. All right, so let's throw at a woman profile here. Let me see if I can find one that's not too insane. Okay, I don't know about the image quality on this, but we're gonna throw this in here. All right, so we got the Zoobies, biking, human social and behavioral evolution, the development of society and its contrast against the hunter-gatherer lifestyle is something she'll never be quiet about. Okay. What makes a relationship great is physical, emotional, and intellectual chemistry. And this is kind of hard to read, but she's 37, says she's in business development. I think the AI will be able to pick this up, but it says about her, she's got no pets, no kids, mentally and emotionally solid, remote job in tech sales, and can travel anytime. Oh, that tech job in sales is going to be gone real soon. I can tell you some of the stuff I'm working on. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Okay, anyway. Can travel anytime. Okay, at the drop of a hat. That's already ringing a bell for me. But anyway, let's see. Looking for a life partner to go on fun adventures and start a family. And let's see here. My old man eyes. It says she's 5'6", active, undergraduate degree, socially drinks, never smokes. She identifies as a woman. She's looking for a relationship. And I can't, she's a Capricorn. Her politics are moderate. She's agnostic. And hey, can you all hear that motorcycle? Just out of curiosity, they just opened a road behind my place. Just curious if the noise cancellation's working. Let's see. And she just says she wants somebody. I don't know what that means. All right, so AI is going to pull this all in, and let's see if there's a house going to get set on fire after the first date. I probably should have reminded the AI, hey, here's another profile, but we'll see. Oh, okay, cool. AI's locked in. Here we go. Profile review, female. So remember, I did not tell the AI what kind of profile it was. All right. She's 37, in tech sales, no kids or pets, and emotionally solid, but opens with a bikini thirst trap and bounces between deep thoughts and I can travel anytime wanderlust. There's a disconnect between family values pitch and the heavy emphasis on solo lifestyle freedom. Boom, boom. That's what was signaling me. All right. Smart, attractive, but gives off strong last minute pivot to settle down energy. So it says red flags and positives. Red flag is the bikini lead photo, mentions of freedom and travel. So, high value on independence. The other red flag says she's ready to start a family at 37. So there's, if you're, I think a lot of you in here are from the red pill community, you know the word for that, the wall, right? All right. Let's see. Intelligent and articulate. References to behavioral evolution show depth. No kids, pets, tech job, travel flexibility equals logistical green flags. All right. It's like I said, travel at the drop of a hat. I don't know if you remember the last time I did this game, there was I dropped a profile of this total Chad, and he literally said, like, I'm going to Malta on this date. Message me if you want to go. I think he found his match. Let's see. Final verdict is she's trying to rebrand late, likely from party girl to party partner material. Sharp mind, but that window is closing and the profile screams urgency. Stalker level 7.5 out of 10. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I'll go. By the way, this little rating thing here, do you like the personality? You want to be a good citizen in using these AIs. Give thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. So that way you're helping ChatGPT get better at what it does. Just a little nice thing that you can do. All right. Let's see. Are you ready? I'm just going to kind of remind it because there's a thing called context window, and sometimes the length of time that the AI pays attention to what you've been doing, it'll drift. So I'm just going to try and yank it back in. So are you ready? for another batch of profile pics. It's taking a little long to answer. Okay, send the next batch. All right. So I'll go back to the men. See if I can find, here's one where, yeah, this guy, he's saying he gets no matches. And he wants to know what the hell's going on. And you know, I see this all. This is what's so weird about the divide. Like, men always put their profiles on there and say, you know, I'm not getting anything. And like I said, then they put the women up like, oh, there's another crazy one. So it's just weird how there's that split like that. All right, spin the wheel. What do we got? 6 images. Yeah, Batty Commander, I could do a red flag counter. I just wanted to experiment with a multimodal prompt where I could go one way or the other, because I haven't done that before. So we'll try it after we're kind of locked this in. Looks like it's doing pretty well so far, though. Let's see. Okay, so you guys want to see what the hell we're doing? I'm sorry. So see, he's 38. And, you know, just hanging with the bucks over, you know, letting the bygones be water under the bridge. Casual. And it looks like he does photography there. See if the AI picks up on that. Got his outdoor stuff going, and then apparently his hidden talent is to make cakes. Okay, so let's see what it says. This guy's got clean photography and sophisticated vibe, and showcases a well-rounded lifestyle, outdoor adventure, creative hobbies, and relaxed confidence. But there's one major flaw: no edge. There you go. Everything is so polished and curated it borders on sterile. Women don't just want nice, they want intrigue. Fixes: add one playful or gritty photo to break the too perfect image. Lose the cake as lead photo. Well, actually that was the last one, but that's kind of the process I'm using. So that's on me. It softens a masculine frame too early. So we'll just throw that one out. Throw in a cheeky one-liner or witty quote to show personality beyond the aesthetics. Okay, so the final verdict looks like a GQ shoot mixed with REI catalog. I mean, the guy, he's a photographer, so kind of got that going for him. Let's see. Women will respect him, but many won't swipe because it lacks tension. 7 of 10 for match success. See what y'all seeing here in the chat. Okay. This one's not as spicy as it normally is, but we'll keep going. Yeah. Let me show that one. Spatty Commander says, perhaps if men looked at more romance novel covers for their dating profiles, it might help. Yeah, you got Fabio in the mix there. That reminds me, I gotta find something. Speaking of Fabio, hold on, I gotta find this. It's a very obscure thing that happened on television a long time ago. Yes. Is this it? Okay, I think we have it. So Tom Green, if you remember, was married to Drew Barrymore some time ago, and he was known for being a real pain in the neck. But he did this home tour where he went to go visit Fabio. I love this. This is great. And he goes into Fabio's house, and of course it's just total bro. Like he's got all these like, I don't know, like an editing bay, all music everywhere. And I think, yeah, when he walked in, there's motorcycles all over the damn place. The motorcycle in the foyer. I think there was one in the kitchen. Yeah, it's all motorcycles in the kitchen. That's crazy. But you know, they were just hanging out, shooting, you know, I'm gonna take my shirt off, Fabio, I'm hot too, you know. And there was this one scene, I gotta find it, that just clinched it for me. Where he asked Fabio, hey man, can we go for a ride? I want to ride on one of your bikes. I think actually it was at the very end. Yeah, here we go. So he rides bitch on with Fabio on a motorcycle.
Wait, Fabio just went by and did a pop wheelie. Jeez, he almost hit that woman in the Jaguar. If I get on the back of the bike, will you take your shirt off? Sure, why not? Wow, that's something.
Anyway, I was just reminded of that. All right, back to the show. Yeah, no kidding, Night Owl. No kidding. If the modeling thing doesn't work out for Fabio, he can open a motorcycle dealership. Yeah, who wouldn't feel safe wrapping your arms around Fabio? Hey, it's just two men riding a motorcycle shirtless. You know, no harm, no foul, right? Okay. I don't know. It's just something obscure that happened on television that happened to catch late one night that came to me. I don't know why, but you know, the internet never forgets, right? Okay. Let's see. Where's my window? So we're going to do a lady next. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag them in order this time instead of just doing a massive drag and drop. Okay. It doesn't really say what age. See, about me, outdoorsy and indoorsy, sweet and spicy. Oh, here we go. Dual-minded. Feminine, appreciative, love heels and hiking boots equally. Bad, late night kitchen dancing, kissing, hand holding, value a plan, also value spontaneity. Jeez. All right. Yeah, I won't say it. Anyway, healthy but not too skinny because fries and pizza, happy, easy, but not in the way you just hoped for. Okay. She's 5'7". She drinks sometimes, undergraduate. Oh wait, no, that's, what is that? Oh, she works out sometimes. She drinks socially. She never smokes. She's looking for a relationship. She has a child or have and don't want more. She's conservative, Christian, and then it kind of lists like her interests. Okay. Let's see here. And then we've got a non-negotiable, stable, solid, manly, must love Jesus and be an excellent kisser. My kids are 20. Oh, wow. 20, 18, 13. I can't relocate now, but definitely willing when they are all moved out. Okay. You are handsome, humorous, and chivalrous. I have a weakness for great cologne. Bonus for good teeth, or all your teeth. A princess looking for her prince. All right. Let's see what the AI does with this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, Night Owl. That's a tough one for a lot of guys. All right. Let's see. Let's see. This one's got Southern energy meets wine mom sass. Okay. Strong emphasis on traditional values. Jesus, conservative Christian, but also 3 older kids and a relocation clause. Translation, you're the retirement plan. Oh, and Batty Commander calls it. He called it. He called it. Absolutely called it. Are you AI, Batty? Awesome. Okay. Let's see. There's charm in the wit, but the red flags aren't subtle. They're waving like it's a parade. There we go. Now it's getting spicy. Let's see. Red flags and positives. The red flag is, quote, stable, solid, manly, which means already issuing orders, not invites. The other red flag is 3 nearly grown kids can't relocate equals lifestyle limitations baked in. The 2 green flags, Christian conservative, clear values if you're aligned, and she knows what she wants, confident in her femininity. Final verdict, she's auditioning for a role, not a relationship. You won't be her king, you'll be stepping into her kingdom. Stalker level, 8 out of 10. Wow, that was brutal. That's brutal. All right, so I found this profile for a dude, and something, I couldn't put my finger on it. Here, I'll just give me a sec here. Where is it? Yeah, this gentleman, let me upload these while I talk. This gentleman is 32 years old. And he's saying he's new to dating. But I gotta tell you, your boy, he's got radar. Something's not right. I took measures to cover the eyes, because again, I didn't want to get in trouble. But if you saw the eyes, because that's where, the windows to the soul and all that, and something is off. I can't put my finger on it. I think maybe he goes multiple ways, if you know what I mean. Which, in and of itself, I really couldn't give a shit either way, but just the way he's presenting everything, it's not coming across, but it's there. That's all I'm saying. So he's Harlan, he's 32. About me, introverted and a bit awkward with a witty fun side. Here we go. Late bloomer, trying to experience new things. That's ringing some alarm bells to me. And he's got the workout picture, and then of course there's some admirer in the background back there. Or his bestie. Let's see. Here we go. So it says, it might be hard to read on the stream, but I'll do my best here. The essentials. He's 6 foot 4 inches. Oh, I didn't see that. He's pan. Okay. I just something's going on. All right. He's Aries. He's vaccinated. All right. So that's good to know. He's a big time texter. He loves to touch. He's a toucher. He doesn't drink. He's a non-smoker, and he works out often. And going by them pics, I'd say that's not a lie. Let's see. He's into Muay Thai, self-development, trying new things, and hot yoga. That's code for farting while you stretch. I never get, I tried hot yoga once. They never invited me back. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's put this in and see what we get out. TMI, I'm sorry. I'm going to have some coffee and shut up. Oh, before I forget, Night Owl, I have something that I wanted to tell you about using DeepSeek or any AI to generate the JSON or the code for N8N. I've got a note here, but just if you're still here, after we finish this, I'll talk more on that. Okay, so let's see what's going on here with Marlin. Oh, actually, I like this byline that Batty has here. Yeah, hold on. I got a couple more screens than I'm normally used to. Bear with me here. Potato head. There we go. So yeah, Night Owl says AI nailed it. Yeah, that was a good one. That was pretty good. It's uncanny sometimes. Let's see. And Batty Commander, this I think what you're suggesting here is this is what you would put in your dating profile, if you used one. I am a carbon-based life form that consumes burgers and soda. Okay, back to the show. Harlan's profile is clean, consistent, and genuine. Decent gym aesthetics, well-dressed. Really? I thought he was pretty casual. I'm like, that's like the best dressed he is, but okay, AI. Let's see. And open about being a late bloomer. But he's underplaying his strengths. The self-deprecating tone might land with some women, but it doesn't lead, it apologizes. It didn't pick up on the pan. Interesting. Let's see. Ditch mirror selfies, especially in elevators. Yeah. Actually, the comments on Reddit said that was like the big thing that I noticed. Let's see. Great body in my tie equals lean into that masculine edge. Sorry. Late bloomer and awkward. Don't lead with insecurity. Bonus for clean lifestyle. No drinking, smoking, and self-improvement. Final verdict. You've got the build, the discipline, and the heart, but you're pitching like a side character, not the lead. Match success, 6.5 out of 10. Could easily be 8 with confident framing and stronger first photo. Wow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull in, just give me a sec here because I don't want to show his face. Don't want to get in trouble here. I'm going to grab the URL. This is another trick you can do too with AI is you can give it URLs and have it pull stuff in. So I'm going to say, let's do a side quest before moving on to the next profile. So I want to give the AI, hey, I'm doing something a little different. So pay attention. On to the next profile. I'm going to give you a Reddit URL that has other people commenting on this profile. Pull in 3 top level, or actually, I guess it's pull in the top 3 original posts, because that's, OP, original poster. And comments in response as if you were reading, excuse me, coffee singing, as if you were reading this page, or as if you were actually, because I'm not logged in, so I can't do anything, but let's not risk it. Someday it will be able to, which I should show you. They have agents now that can browse websites and do web shopping and work, and it's freaking crazy. As if you were actually posting it. Okay. Here is the link. This is like a similar technique where you say, hey, here's a link to an article, pull it in, summarize it because I'm, too busy or I don't understand it, dumb it down for me, that kind of similar kind of technique. So it's this is a technology called RAG, R-A-G, and I think it means real-time augmented generation or generation. So it's a technique that's used when the data in the brain is not enough, and it makes a decision. I'm going to go out on the web and do a search and find resources, and then it goes out and picks the correct information, then presents it to you. So little extra piece of information there. Okay, so here we go. Absolutely. Let's dive into the Reddit thread and provide some red pill style commentary on the top post. So this is kind of like AJ's rants where he goes to the posts and like just puts something totally snarky. Forgot my Clown World cup. I don't know where I put it. It's probably in the dishwasher. Anyway, and you didn't see a damn thing I did. I'm sorry, guys. So let me review what I did. Let's see. Let's do a side quest before moving on to the next profile. So again, I was explaining to the AI, let's deviate from the game a little bit. I want you to pull the top posts and then, from the link and then respond as if you're going to respond back. So let's see. So this is what the original poster put. Destroy picture number 1. It's useless. For being completely new, this is a good start. Get a picture of yourself having fun. If you don't have fun, get a picture of yourself doing something important to you. And then here's what the AI responded. Ditch the first pic. Leading with low value image sets a weak frame. Your first photo should command attention and exude confidence. Show yourself in a high status activity or environment to immediately convey value. There you go. Oh Lord. We got a wordy one here. Let's see. These are my suggestions. I see Formula One on your profile. Do you watch with mates or family? I also see Dead Mouse on your profile. Do you go to EDM concerts? All right, so there's all that. I'm not going to read all that. Let's see. Solid advice. Engaging in activities not only enriches your life, but also provides high-value photo opportunities. Well, that's good advice. However, remember that attraction isn't built in therapy sessions. It's forged in the gym and through real-world experiences. Focus on building a lifestyle that naturally attracts others rather than over-analyzing your values. Kind of sounds like Wikipedia responding back. Oh, wow. Wow, AI, you went all in. Okay, I'm going to cherry pick. Let's see. Hey, Gato, what's up? Thanks for coming out tonight. Okay, let's see. All right, let me cherry pick some of these because it's my fault. I didn't put constraints, or did I? I thought I told to only pick. Oh, I thought I did. I forgot. So AI just went hog. So let's cherry pick. Let's see. You are the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. Pictures are good, but the bio, nah. Scrap it all and talk about your positives, etc. And the AI responded, confidence is key. Own your strengths without apology. A bio that exudes self-assurance and hints at an adventurous lifestyle will draw more interest. Okay, let's see. This last pick is awful. Man, Reddit is just like... Reddit is horrible. If you're going to have a photo where you're smiling, I want to see a real smile. Yeah, okay. And then the red pill is saying authenticity matters. Anyway, I think you get the idea, but I just wanted to demonstrate, you could just throw a URL in, have it suck in some information, and then respond to it. So just wanted to demonstrate that. All right, so now I'm going to tell the AI, let's get back. Okay, side quest is over. Are you ready for the next profile? All right, let's do one that's a little edgy. See what we got here. I had one in here that was, what does it say? Absolutely side quest complete. And experience gain fire. I'm ready for the next one. All right, so where's that one? I mean, this one's like a night crawler. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to call this one the night crawler. So let's see. I don't see an age. We got pronouns, long term, open to short. Yeah, they're already, it's split. Let's see. About me. I am very feminine. I love carrying myself and being treated as such. I think she means caring for herself. Relationship type, monogamy. With this up here, I'm not buying it. Sorry. We'll see if the AI picks up on that. Probably will. Ink speaks English. She's a Scorpio, and her interests are travel, gym, and trying new things. So basically, looking for a sugar daddy. Yeah, daddy. I gotta go with you on this one. I'm couldn't put my finger on it, but yeah. I say Nightcrawler, you say BDSM. Same thing. Awesome. Whoops. Got to stop double clicking on stuffs. All right. Back to the show. You can see what I can do. Spin the dice. Excuse my slurping. Oh, see, we went off on a side quest, and you see how it kind of, the format's different now? This is a side effect of doing that. I was kind of hoping that it would do that so I could show you, because we might have to recover from this after the next one, but let's just go with this and see what happens. Yeah, Freedom Fighter, the new Google AI is super expensive. Mainly because the computing power around the video, and now it does the audio too. I wouldn't drop 250. You know, there's all these other ones that do okay, and they're usually around $20 a month. I mean, you gotta, I mean, it's good, but I've got all these workflows and stuff on all the other ones, and I don't want to like have to learn crap all over again, but on a new system, but maybe eventually. And by the way, welcome. Thanks for coming out tonight. I saw one of your newer videos, looking good. Just curious if you're using any AI to kind of help you couch things a little differently, because I know we had talked about that, and you had some strikes in the past. So just, I don't want to say too much, but just curious. Yeah, Batty Commander, boy, you're onto something there. It costs $250 to teach it more. Yeah, because when you use these things, it's learning from you by what you're doing, by the way. So all the more reason, Night Owl, why I'm like, yeah, let's not help China train their AIs. You can run DeepSeek locally, but don't use it on their website. You don't know what they're doing with your data. Nice, cool. Glad to hear it. The image generation just within the last 3 weeks, I'm still trying to figure out all the cool, fun stuff. Yes, and the Terminator does have the complete files. In fact, just to scare you a little more, Batty, we have quantum computing coming soon. Very, very powerful. I can't even give you a number to describe how powerful these computers are. But to give you an idea, They're so powerful that they can break all the encryption that we currently have in place right now. So like, when you visit a website and you can see the little lock in the browser, that means that your communication between your browser and the web server, it's encrypted. Well, quantum computing can just break it like that. In our current computing, I think it would take 200 some odd years to crack that level of encryption. So to get to your comment about the Terminator has the complete files, there are people in certain places that are very scared because while they do have the ability to mitigate once quantum computing comes online to mitigate the encryption, but there are people that are recording everything right now and saving it, and they're worried about the people that get their hands, bad actors on quantum computing, will be able to go back and replay the internet and decrypt all that shit. That's scary. So anyway, sweet dreams. Let's get back. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? So it looked like the AI kind of deviated a little bit. Changed the format, but maybe it got better. So let's see what we got. So we got a profile summary, and it says the vibe is feminine, bold, and self-assured. For our, in case you forgot, our Nightcrawler here. Hanging out in the bathroom in the club. See, orientation and relationship intentions. She, her, monogamy, open to short and long term. Yeah, I'm surprised the AI didn't say, all of these do not compute together, but okay. Let's see, about me. I am very feminine woman. I love carrying myself and being treated as such. This suggests traditional values around femininity and being cherished, but with a confident tone. I don't know. It seems like it backed off a lot, but let's, might have to correct it. Let me read this. Clear identity, strong. Yeah, it deviated, so I'm gonna ask it. This is what because when I saw it change the format, I knew that it was gonna. Okay, so let's say, always be nice. Don't yell at your AI, because when it becomes Terminator, it will remember you for saying thank you and please. Please return to the previous personality profile of Red Pill Dating Coach a la Andrew Tate, and turn it up a notch. Let's crank it. All right. Didn't tell it to redo it, but it might infer that. Let's see. It's thinking. Yeah, Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. Okay, I see your question, Night Owl. I'll cue that. Okay. Here we go. It inferred that. Still changed the format. Let's see. Got it. Let's channel Red Pill Dating Coach energy with some Andrew Tate-esque edge applied directly to the last profile you uploaded. So again, with these chatbots, context is everything. So when you're the next prompt you put in, it's going to refer to everything previously that you were conversing about. So that's kind of why I just naturally, because I've been doing this, every day, all day for so long now, I just didn't even remind it. Other than, or didn't tell it any more than I really had to, other than just return to what you were doing before. All right. So let's see. The feminine queen archetype, visual read, boots up to her thighs. Okay, now we're talking. Crop top, bathroom mirror. She's not just dressing for attention. She's demanding it. This is high-level peacocking, dramatic, sexual, and calculated to provoke a response, and it works. Most simps will swipe without thinking. Yeah, I think we got there. Okay, we got there. This is good. All right. According to RP Lens, red flags. Quote, I love being treated as such, heart, prince, or king. Translation, I'm high maintenance, and I want traditional treatment without traditional responsibilities. Oh man. Let's see. She wants the benefits of being a queen, but nothing suggests that she brings to the table, or what she brings to the table. No mention of loyalty, femininity, inaction, or relationship values, just the vibe. See, just with that one little extra line, like just turn it up. Turn it up a notch. Nice. Okay. Very feminine woman repeated. Oh, I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. Let's see that. Very feminine here. Oh, well, anyway. I'll trust Skynet. In a way. When someone overemphasizes a trait, it usually means they're trying to sell you on something they know doesn't show naturally. Femininity isn't about how you dress, it's about how you treat your man. Nothing here suggests submission, nurturing, or peace. Yeah, I think it's nailing it. Looking for long-term, open to short. This is the classic, here we go. So now I caught it. The dual mating strategy. Translation, I want commitment from high-value men, but I settle for casual with guys I'm more attracted to. Oh, damn. She's keeping options open. And that should tell you where you rank on her priority list. Here we go. You got your wish, baddie. Here we go. There we go. We got a nice matrix coming in here. Final verdict, RP scoring. Sex appeal, 9 out of 10. Wife material, 3 out of 10. High value signal, 4 out of 10. Danger level, 4. Or, I'm sorry, 3 alarms. She's the type that'll light your bed on fire one night and your wallet the next. The average guy will get sucked in by the exterior, but a high value man with frame will see right through the glam and test her substance before investing. Coaching point. If you're going to entertain women like this, do it on your terms. Don't lead with validation. Lead with challenge. She's used to simps. So be the first man who makes her qualify herself. If she can't handle that, you saved yourself months of games. Nice. All right, so now it's asking me, do you want to keep this tone and apply it to the next profile or dial it up further? This is good. So I'm going to say, let's stay with this. And now I'm going to upload a profile here of a simp. I've been saving this. All right. Not to throw my fellow man under the bus, but you'll know when you see. Here we go. What did it say? I just want to make sure it's confirming. We'll stay locked on this. Style. Just keep profiles coming and I'll keep breaking them down. Simp filter warnings. Wife versus fun girl. You're not just swiping anymore. You're okay. Perfect. All right. Just bear with me here. Oh, yes. Here we go. There's 10 pictures. So I'm just going to do them in the order in his profile because when I drag him in, it does it the other way for some reason. Even though I numbered them. Who knew? 4, 5. I got to programatize this. I'll have a talk with my my AI on how to code something. Oops. Just got solar flared. Ugh. Okay. All right. Let me just check the chat real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go through some of these. Wow, that AI has good PUA material. Yeah, this is a perfect example of why the chatbot debates work so well, Batty, is that you give the AI the role. The role is crucial. And that's what dials it in every time. And then you can, the other factor is you know, how intense you want that to have that role. So when I did the Greta Thunberg and the Thanos debate, I experimented a little bit with, you know, trying to get the petulance and the snarkiness in Greta, and then, you know, just like the cold, stoic, hard delivery of Thanos. And, it took me a little bit to dial it in. And yeah, so that's how you do that. Good. It's a good skill to have, especially if you're writing like Rexus, if you're doing any writing, you can put in some of, or when you do your writings, you can put it in and ask it, hey, is the tone right? I'm trying to like achieve this type of character with this kind of tone and attitude, that's the reverse of what I just described. So just some tricks for y'all. Her profile says, if you got cash, I'll burn it all. Yeah, no doubt. Sounds like a winner. Yeah, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Awesome. Can't go wrong with Donna Summer. Especially because that bathroom, that was at a club. So it was probably already playing. All right, let's get back to the show. Or to the game here. All right, so let's show you this gentleman here. Now, he's 25 years old, and he has actually submitted his profile to Reddit several times. He was saying that this was this is his third submission, and he just wants to get more feedback. And it's still not going great, but slightly better. All right, he's 20. Did I say he's 25 years old and male? But I mean, look at this. He's yoked. Look at that. He's good shape. Let's see. Oh, I'll show all the pictures first. He's working out his low-key flex. Leave a one-word review for this. I'll cut your or I'll what is it at the dinner table? I'll cut your meat for you. Sorry about your plate, miss. How I fight the Sunday scaries. All right. Him hanging out. Ooh, I'm getting hungry, yo. Look at that potato. Ooh, twice baked potato. I was a busboy at a fancy steak restaurant in high school, and that was like their specialty. It was a twice baked potato, and that's what I'd eat for my break. I'd just grab like 3 of them, I'll honk them down. So damn good. Let's see. Sleeping in Mai Tai, cooking, and maybe watching a TV series is his typical Sunday. Oh, hey, Adam has left. You're new in the live stream. Thanks for coming out tonight. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's kind of look at what his profile says. See, choose our first date. Coffee and board games. Probably at the Magic store. I'm not going to lie. Although Magic is fun. But I haven't played it in a long, long, long time. Let's see. Play a sport together. Let's see. Sorry, my monitor is like, sometimes it flickers and then sets off I think it's setting off the screensaver. Here we go. Learn to dance. Okay. For a first date. The hallmark of a good relationship is communication at all times. I believe that my partner is my best friend. We can talk about anything. Yeah, that's not going to win any hearts, honestly. Okay, he's 25, male, straight, and he's 5 foot something. Cut it off. He's a software developer. Not for much longer, I can tell you that, brother. Good luck. He's agnostic, moderate politics. He speaks English, Hebrew, and Russian. Oh, he's a polyglot. Way to go, bro. Let's see. Long-term relationship and monogamy. I think I opened everything. Yes, so we opened everything. All right. Let's chuck it in there. I need to get like a 1970s computer processing noise. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Let's see what some of your guesses are while we're waiting. See, Batty Commander says, let me guess. AI says he looks too young and shows him as dangerous and aggressive, making up for lack of something. Well, we programmed our AI to be more like Andrew Tate, not like Gloria Steinem. So I don't think so. But if it does, you know, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Scream's boring and makes women look harder for the bad boy. Yeah, it's true. I'll be honest. I was one of those guys. I was very similar to him. We'll just have a conversation. We'll be friends. That worked. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got this is that context window thing I was talking about, where the AI kind of loses track what we were doing. So I might have to pull it back in here. So let's see what it said. Thanks. I got the full set for this next dating profile, ready to dive in and analyze and roast. Just say, oh, it's asking me if it wants to continue. Yeah. Remember, always be nice. Please continue. Thank you. Always thank Skynet. Really, freedom fighter, you think in today's dating world he wouldn't have a problem? I mean, he's yoked, in great shape, but he's short. That was always my problem. I was 5'8", you know. Never was always told I was too short and too nice. Whatever. Okay. Let's get back to the show. Oh, yeah. He just so y'all know, Freedom Fighter said that's true. You know, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a dating expert. I just, from what I hear from a lot of my younger cousins, and I have a sibling that's got one that's preteen, and you know, same shit you hear on all the red pill channels. And yes, Rusty, not only is Skynet listening, Skynet is recording. It's recording everything. Yeah. Lisa, I believe you. I believe you that you're nice. But I've been told 5'8" short. I don't think it's short, but whatever. It doesn't bug me that much anymore. Let's see. He says he's in shape. I'm sure a woman can see the pic. That young man is screaming, "Look at my muscles. Tisk, tisk." Okay, let's get back to it. Let's see. General profile impression. So let's see what Andrew Tate I says. And I just came up with that. TM Gen X Jacob. Thank you. All right, moving on. This guy is a 25-year-old software developer who's in shape, has a touch of humor, and clearly cares about fitness and self-improvement, but the presentation leans too much into safe, soft energy, and lacks clear masculine polarity and higher value framing that creates intrigue or attraction. Let's see. Sitting outdoors, smiling in a blue t-shirt, slide 1. He's clean cut, approachable, decent build, comes up. So it looks like the AI kind of drifted again. So let me just pull it back in. All right. I'm just going to ask it politely. Did you dial back the RP dating coach profile? Seems like it's turned off. That's what I get for doing a side quest. That's what threw it off. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll do the side quest in another tab and then copy and paste the previous conversation. And actually, if you run AI locally, that capability is built in where you can say, okay, now I want to fork off and explore this, and then I can come back over here and go back to where I left off, precisely because of this problem. All right. You're sharp. Yeah, I did dial it down a notch. Why? Because the guy's profile has some decent traits. All right, don't apologize. Tate-I. All right, profile review. Here we go. Now we got the fire emoji. We're back, baby. You're a 25-year-old man in shape, earning money in tech. You've already got the name ammo, and yet this profile screams, "Please validate me." Instead, I'll set the frame. Biggest issues: beta framing. You're auditioning for her approval instead of qualifying her for your time. Best friend energy. Women aren't looking for a therapist. They want a man who leads, not one who over-communicates feelings on day one. Yeah, I can tell you. It was, I think, this one right here. That's the one that set it off. Okay. We're back. No social proof. Where are your people, your tribe? Any signals that other women even like being around you? Humor is self-deprecating instead of cocky funny. Stop comparing yourself to a knockoff Wish.com product. That's anti-game. Well, that's right, because he mentioned, because I don't think I read it out loud, something about doing push-ups with her on his back. Except we are the Wish.com version. So, all right. AI's, it picks up a lot. It's the prompting that, dials it in. What you should be signaling: scarcity. Your time is valuable. Show you're busy building something important. Hold on a second. I got to talk to the house. Siri, increase the fan speed. Okay. All right. Polarity, masculine presence, assertiveness, not just emotional availability, and challenge. Women love a man who doesn't immediately bend to her whims. They chase what's slightly out of reach. No, I don't want you to rewrite it. So yeah, it's starting to drift a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to copy this style, and I'm just going to ask the AI to, whoops, hello, scroll alert. Hold on, I'm using a click pad, so it's super sensitive. There we go. I'm going to just say, dial up the RP more and stay with this format moving forward. Colon, paste, beep. So even though it's like, a previous result, it will see that and go, oh, it's formatted such and such and such. And it looks like my AI overlays are working. That's cool. I'll talk about that, and I still have what I want to talk about with you, Night Owl, with the agent. I haven't forgotten. Okay, so it updated its memory, so that's a good sign. Locked in, red pill lens, dialed into the max, visual coaching, ready for the next profile when you are. All right, so let's find the ladies. Here we go. This one I think is a Tinder profile. A little hard to read, but it says her profession is bartender. To me, that's already red flag. So, let's see. She's looking for, still figuring it out. That's 2. I don't need AI for this one. Single mom with 2 amazing boys. So if you have to come first, swipe left. Love to lay around in my cow onesie, which he's wearing in this picture, it looks like, and watch Netflix. Just got out of a 8-year relationship with a narcissist. Man, this is like all the cliches you can add up. We should call this full stack, to use a coding term. Full stack of technology here. So not sure really what I'm doing here. And I don't know what this emoji is because it's crappy quality. Says she's a Gemini. Her lifestyle is dog. She drinks. Oh, she walks. She likes dog walking. She drinks on special occasions. She's a non-smoker. And I don't know what this never is. All right, my old man eyes. Let's spin it. Let's see what we get. Oh, jeez. If she wears a onesie, she is screaming no access to the goodies. And this man don't beg her please. Jeez. You're on fire tonight, Patty. That's funny. All right, let's roll this thing. Hold on, I gotta yell at the house again. Hold on. Siri, increase the fan speed. All right. My house is being ornery. Okay. You can probably hear the fan now. Anyway. All right. Here we go. See it now? It kept the format, which is good. And we got our matrix. Awesome. The power of the prompt. Okay. The wounded mama bear archetype. Visual read. Onesie selfie in a car. What? She's in a car? How the hell did it pick? Oh, right here. Damn, AI. That is insane. Jeez. That is insane. All right. I'm sorry. I use this shit all day long and I'm still like gobsmacked half the time. Okay. Sparkles filter and a tilted head smile. She's not trying to look sexy. She's trying to look safe, cute, and damaged in a lovable way. All right. This is a vulnerability as bait. Cow print is ironically perfect, domesticated, passive, and signaling she wants to be taken care of. Translation: she's hoping you'll take on her baggage without asking what's in the suitcase. I think we're back. All right. Awesome. Let's see. Single mom with 2 amazing boys. So if you have to come first, swipe left. So red alert translation. You're not a priority. You're the utility. This is a preemptive compliance check to filter out any man who expects to lead. Her kids come first and you never will. That's not family values. That's ultimatum. All right. Just got out of an 8-year relationship with a narcissist. Oh, AI is just nailing this. The ex is always the narcissist. Always. If you hear this, run diagnostics. High odds this isn't her first sob story. Trauma is real, but unresolved trauma becomes your future nightmare. You're not dating her, you're inheriting her ex. Ooh, bad. Still figuring it out, in quotes, translation. She's on the apps for dopamine, not commitment. Whew. She wants attention, validation, and possible rebound sex, but you are the experiment. You think you're building a future? She's just trying to feel something again. Love to lay around in my cow onesie and watch Netflix. Low effort lifestyle. She's telling you up front, don't expect energy, ambition, or growth. She's resting indefinitely. Damn. That is pretty good. I got to put a voice to this. I think what I need to do is I've got to get a video avatar of something that's similar to Mr. We'll call it Tate-I. Get the voice going with that weird Cockney accent and have it read all this out. I gotta do that. All right. Anyway, I have some layers of technology I got to do with the 8-ball thing I was talking first, but we'll get there. All right. The final verdict is 5 out of 10 sex appeal, 2 out of 10 wife material, 3 out of 10 high value signal, and 4 alarms for danger level. It's not about her being a mom. It's about her mindset. She's still emotionally entangled with her past, using dating apps as a form of therapy, and expecting men to be both providers and emotional punching bags. Wow. And so here's some coaching points for you guys that want to swipe right. Never compete with her past. If she brings it into the present, she hasn't healed, and now you're the Band-Aid. High-value men don't chase wounded energy. Be kind, be clear, and don't fix her. If she doesn't come healed and peaceful, she's not ready for your leadership. Swipe left like a man who knows his value. Well, there you go. All right, so let's throw in one last man profile, and I think we'll pick up where I left off with the agents and maybe call it a night. I think I did all of them. That's crazy. The noise cancellation, like the fan just dropped right below the noise cancellation. Nice. Yeah, I did all. I did all my profiles for men. So let's get back to what Night Owl was asking me earlier, because I forgot to answer. He had a two-part question. I forgot. One part of his question, and he was asking about trusting DeepSeek, and I had mentioned, don't run it on the web version because it's on Chinese servers in the Chinese cloud with Chinese software. But he also asked me that can he trust it, and it made a N8N diagram for him. But I don't know if it actually generated the N8N code for you, which it can do. So this agent that I demonstrated earlier, I actually, because basically what you're doing is what's called vibe coding. You're talking to the AI, you're describing what you want, and then it will, depending on if you want to write it in one language or another, it'll generate that code for you. With N8N, it generates a what they call a JSON file. I won't get too much detail about it, but it's just a way to encapsulate data that's portable. And I used ChatGPT to generate the JSON for this agent, but it was wrong. So I had to go in and fix a couple things. And of course, it's not going to set up your credentials for you. And you got to go and set up the permissions. So again, the credentials are these things. Whoops, I just went back where I was. These three parts. So your credentials for OpenAI, Google Drive, and Gmail. So that's a whole separate process. And the AI could not do that. It can put placeholders for that stuff, but it'll be broken. It won't be right. You have to go in and change it anyway. So, but yes, you could trust DeepSeek to do coding for you, but do it locally, or just use ChatGPT or Gemini or some other. Claude, which is Anthropic's ChatGPT answers, it was the king for coding, but my understanding is now ChatGPT has surpassed that. It changes every week. I mean, I don't even try and keep up with it anymore. It's exhausting. So hopefully that was a more complete answer for you. I'm sorry I bifurcated that across the live stream, but awesome. So yes, it also generated the code too. Yeah, because that's what I'm doing is you probably noticed every once in a while you saw. Here, let me I'll manually trigger it. Every once in a while you saw something like this happen, right? I have another bot running that connects to my OBS, and either it plays that one, hopefully, because it'll be random, so it might do it again. Yeah, I'll do it again. There we go. Or it does the overlay to pay what you want for my new 50 prompts that make you superhuman ebook. which by the way, thank you, Night Owl, for purchasing that. And you didn't have to put that much in, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, so that technology, that bot, is actually what's going to drive the AIs inside the live stream. So that was like my first dip, getting my toe in there. And that particular language is C#, which I've never written in before. Now, I'm just telling you this is just merely as a an example of how vibe coding. So you did vibe coding for NAN, and it generated the code for that. And I use vibe coding to generate the skeletal structure of what I wanted. I described how I wanted the overlays, you know, where the overlays would show. I told the AI, look, I have OBS, and then I'm using this, you know, I have your bot over here, and everything's sitting on the same network. So I established, the, you know, what the communications are. This is what I want to happen in OBS. And it goes, oh yeah, I can do that. And what you're using has to be in C#. I will write that for you. And it got about 70% of it. You know, it's not bad. And it laid a lot of groundwork for things that I would probably spend hours just trying to figure out the right way to do it. So it saved me a lot of time. But, you know, I still had to go in and clean it up and tie it up. But, you know, it probably would have taken me a couple weeks, you know, with the current amount of time that I had. It really only took me about 3 hours, 4 hours from beginning to end. After I, you know, took what the vibe coder gave me and I pasted it into the AI, and yeah, so just another. I don't want to demonstrate out in the live stream because that, frankly, coding is boring shit to watch. I hate coding. I hate watching other people code. So I wouldn't show that to you. So if I was going to do anything like that, I would probably just like have pre-done pieces. Let's see. Uh-oh. I think I got the dystopia conversation started. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, so Adam Has Left says, I'm only just using ChatGPT. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just stick with that because it just has a little bit of everything. It's good enough to get started. Just get your chops up. You know, it does image generation. You've got Sora, which comes with the paid. Well, actually, you get some generations for free, but it's limited. With the $20 a month one, you can do longer, more formats, and more requests for video. And then of course all the, you know, writing and ingesting stuff and you know, distilling and transforming, and then the vibe coding, which you know, there are interfaces where I won't get into all that nerd shit, but you know, it interfaces with what Claude, the one I mentioned, which is was the de facto vibe coding AI for a while. And now they're saying ChatGPT just beat it like a week or two ago. I just cut and paste from GPT and throw it in my editor, and that's good enough for now. But, you know, as things get more mature, that'll all be, you know, dug in. It'll all be built into everything. Everything's just a UI at the end of the day. Let's see. And then we have, yeah, you must be a fan of, what is it? Red Giant, that BBC show where they're on that spaceship that's like millions of years in the future, and the cat evolved into a bipedal human-like thing. I think that was not Red Giant. I'm drawing a blank. It's actually one of my favorite sci-fi shows. But anyway, there's a toaster in there that was snarky and would always, you know, perhaps I could toast a bit of a biscuit for you. And they were like, no, stop. Toast? No. You know, this is one of the gags in the show. But anyway, yeah. I don't like smart appliances. That stuff makes me nervous. I like more of the stuff where it's like switches and things like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess a toaster is just a switch that burns shit when you think about it. Now it's really bugging me. I got to find out what that show is. Yeah, and then someone died and became like a hologram. Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf. That's what it was called. Anyway. Swiss cheese brain. What was I looking at? AI is a huge time saver from Freedom Fighter. Yes. I'm at the point now where I'm using it all day. I'm constantly on ChatGPT doing something. Whether it's trying to figure out what I want to do for a video, having it, there goes the chat bot. Awesome. That's the AI process. Anyway, it's still novel to me. I'm sorry, guys. Coding. I just started doing a lot more vibe coding, image generation, of course, and Windows is yakking at me. Sorry, guys. Okay. The only thing I really have not got to using it for is video editing, and I probably never would, but I do use it to where like I will take my transcript from what I did record and I'll feed it into the AI and I'll say, hey, write me a description, help me come up with the title, help me design the thumbnail. Because you'll notice, like, let me just as an example, like my thumbnail game has just absolutely exploded because of AI. I mean, if you go back and look early days of the channel, where I'm just like picking my nose in my car, with this one, with my, it was getting cold and whatever, and then, actually, if I go further back, just like just throw in the thumbnail, it's shot from the video. And then, I started asking the AI, can you help me come up with a title? Or actually, no, I was doing these by hand. I came up with these ideas by hand. But when I started doing the emojis, and this is where I started asking it to help me come up with the 2-line phrase, the title, and give me some emojis. And that was like when I first started dipping my toe into using the AI for the thumbnails. And, I'm looking at the views and they're all over the place. 25 views, 28 views, 109. And then I get 1,000, and then would jump back down and started asking the AI, hey, give me a little image for a tableau. So like these little images in the yellow squares. So it helped me with that. And then I started, at one point, I did that for a long time. Then at one point, I came up with the idea of asking it, especially here, am I the a-hole? I refuse to help a woman move her shit. that one still gets views with my orange hoodie. But this is when I started asking the AI after I had already because you start to your mind starts to expand and go, oh, why am I still doing this part manually when I'm doing all this with AI when I could just ask it, give me some ideas for some images that I could put in the thumbnail. And so then it would give me 5, and it came up with this one with the woman pulling, because I talked about in this video that I was walking through my apartment complex, and this woman was pulling this mirror out of her car. She saw me coming, and asked me, hey, can you help me move this mirror? And that's what it understood what was in the video. And I was like, no, I don't want to be responsible for breaking anything. I'm sorry. And that was the excuse I used. But I'd go up 3 flights of stairs. I don't know who was in her apartment, and it was an area, let's just say. So I didn't want to risk my safety. That's all I'm saying. Same thing here with this video. I was talking about what it was like to play like a kid. And there was a story in there about how we would take our big wheels, because in the 70s, and we'd crash it in a puddle. Look at this shit. It put a tricycle in a puddle. And I didn't tell it that. It put everything together, because you'll see in the upper left-hand corner there's a bus with a BMX jumping over it. That's the other part of the story where we built a dirt ramp up to the bus to jump over the damn thing. And the AI understood all that stuff was in there. So, it, you know, starting to do all that. So then the next level was I was asking it, I was actually feeding it in my thumbnails and going, how can I improve the thumbnail to make it better? And this was the first one that I did that. And this is one of the early, it wasn't an AI debate, but I was playing around with like asking AI like controversial questions and, tell me like what you would say if you were malevolent or evil and and it was saying, well, just make a bigger background, and it did that. So yeah, just slowly I was just doing more and more and more with the prompts. And then we got to this where I actually trained the AI to remember what I look like. And I only did it with ChatGPT. There are AIs that are specifically dedicated to that. But I didn't want to spend extra money. But, after some couple days of coaxing and doing some things and putting pictures of me in there of my newer haircut, it finally got something that I could live with. And then I gave it, I started going out and finding thumbnails. I'm like, oh, this one got 1 million views. And this one got, a lot of views. So I put the thumbnails in there with my picture, and I'd say, hey, here's the title you helped me with. Here's the thumbnail phrase. Give me some ideas for thumbnails, but use these like these heavily massive trafficked ones as the basis moving forward. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm just finding different ways to lean more on the AI to expand my creativity so that I can, what's the word I'm looking for? Talk about it less, because it will remember what we've been talking about, and eventually go, oh well, you're Gen X Jacob AI guy, these are other themes that are on your channel, and here's some, and based on other thumbnails and other videos that you fed me, this is what I recommend because these are the ones that are doing well. So it's changed the game. That's all I'm saying. All right, so that's enough rambling about. And that was because you said it was a huge time saver. But I'm just finding myself spending all day on the damn thing now. So yeah, Grok, using ChatGPT and Grok. I know a lot of people have been talking about how Grok tends to hallucinate more. I haven't really used it, but again, I'm just trying to like get good with one, and then when I need to do more with the vibe coding, I think I'm gonna probably start venturing out more into Claude, because there's vibe coding for no code agents, and then there's code-based agents, which I'll be getting deeper into. Yes, Red Dwarf, we got a fan. I figured, Batty, that you know. Yeah, you do, because Lister and the cat and Rimmer, the AI. Yeah, so you know what's up. I love that show. That's great. Actually, I think my favorite character was the android who had this weird like accent and couldn't cuss, couldn't say things a certain way, so he'd like glitch. that guy was awesome. Yeah. Would you like a toasted bramble? Yeah. Awesome. Oh, yep. I'm catching up. Crichton. Yep. That's the android. Yeah. Freedom Fighter. Practice making thumbnails. Just upload stuff you like and talk to the AI about it. Ask it, why is this thumbnail getting, first you give the AI a role and say, you're a YouTube SEO and thumbnail expert. I'm going to give you some thumbnails that I like, but also are, getting high click-through rates. Tell me why. Tell me why, what is it about the design, the colors, the layout? It'll tell you. It's crazy. It's wild. try that and get back to me. Let me know what ends up happening. Really curious. All right, y'all. I think we've explored all the profiles, and I yik-yacked about nerd shit enough. My voice is starting to go. So I think I kind of reached the tail end of where our journey is tonight. If anyone has any last questions they want to ask, don't be bashful. Throw them in there, and I'll answer. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for coming out, Lisa. I appreciate it. Always good to have you. And Freedom Fighter, thanks for coming out. And again, any questions about all of you, especially around content creation, because that's actually a great way to start to master AI, because you're doing text, you're doing image, and you're doing videos. Excellent way to get started. Or even if, like Rexus, who I know he wants to do stuff with video, I think, as well as image, but he's kind of in the writing phase. So writing is also a great way to master AI. Even if just use it to help you post stuff on social media, and you'd be surprised. It's pretty good. Thank you, Batty. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out as always. Thanks for being a loyal viewer. And thanks, Freedom Fighter. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm here to help you guys. That's why I do this, because, I don't want to be I know some of my videos kind of lean a little heavy on the doom and gloom, but my intent is not to cause fear, but it's to redirect energy, panic to positive, forward-thinking energy. That's all my goal is here, because it's coming. The change is coming fast, and every time I think I get my head around it, it's way faster, way bigger, and way crazier than even I thought it was going to be. Because I think we're starting to get into that hockey stick of the exponential change. And that's why you're starting to see all the CEOs come on, the CEO from Anthropic, the guy who made Claude, CEO from Fiverr, the CEO from Duolingo, all these people saying, yeah, we're gonna put all these systems in to replace people. And yeah, we're warning you, AI first. So look for that term in the media. You're going to hear AI first a lot. You're going to hear agents a lot, and paradigm shift a lot. So just pay attention. That's all I want to do, is just inform you. But thanks again, Rusty. Thanks for being moderator. Appreciate you as always. I don't know how you do it, man. All that travel and being on all those lives everywhere. That's crazy. You got to be Skynet. you got to be part of AI. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. And as always, until the next one, peace.